How we got here so fast, I don't know. I really don't. But we're here, and I'm going to talk about some stuff that I'm loving for the fall. I don't really shop too trendy, so like 95% of the things that I'm going to talk about, or more than that, are actually pretty classic. They're just things that I've been seeing lately for the season that I'm really liking. So yeah, the first thing that I've seen everywhere are stripes, specifically like horizontal stripes. I love it, especially on the shoulders with like a tee, a plain like white tee, and pretty much any bottoms. It's so versatile. It's gonna add such a pop of something to your outfit without being crazy over the top. It's not like a crazy pattern or anything. I honestly do think that stripes, like if you're going to pick some kind of pattern, if you're not a pattern person, stripes is very safe. So yeah, I've been seeing it everywhere and I love it. Again, not really a trend, but you guys know how these videos go. So I'm pretty sure that I included this in my video last year, but it's chunky loafers, and specifically chunky. Obviously, loafers in general are very classic, but we have been seeing the chunky alternatives everywhere last year as well, and I love them. I talked about how they just add so much interest to your outfit, especially if you dress very simply or very minimal. They add a little bit of edge to your outfit and they just kick it up a notch. So I still love them. So just like the loafers or anything chunky on your feet, sneakers, whether it's a cool color combination or just something that's a tiny bit more bold, can make things look so cool. So personally, I'm really loving the New Balance 550s. They come in a bunch of colorways. I love almost every single colorway. You can't go wrong. Just loving styling sneakers again. I went through a point where I wasn't really wearing them that often, but I'm getting back into it. I've always loved sneakers. And obviously this is not just something that's for the fall season. It's just that I get a lot more into sneakers during this time of year because it's a closed-toed shoe and it's not something that's like super, super hot for me where I live. A good knit is like a good white t-shirt. You can wear them every single year and it's something that's going to stand the test of time. But specifically, I'm loving matching knit sets, you know, whether it's a top matching with a skirt or shorts or just pants. I'm really loving knit pants. I haven't found like a good set that I like, but I do want to incorporate something in either a fun color or a different color. I am so tired of wearing just black, and it's just something that I gravitate towards. You guys know, like, neutrals are just such a staple, but it is so hard for me to find another color that I think can stand the test of time and that is flattering on me. You know, all of the colors that I am drawn to that aren't neutrals, I can never find anywhere, or at least not in like the silhouettes or the materials that I like. So it's really hard for me. That's why I almost never wear color, but I'm really, really liking just any kind of knit set or just sets in general. So this one, I forgot to grab it from my closet and I really don't want to get up, so I'll show you guys. But clogs, I know that you're probably like, what are you on? But I've never stopped liking clogs. I know that they're definitely not everybody's cup of tea, but I've been seeing them everywhere lately and my love for them never died. I have the ones by Birkenstocks. I don't even know if you would call that a clog, but obviously, you know, Hermes and all of these other designers came out with their own rendition of it, and I think that they look so good. Is it something that I would like splurge on? Probably not, but I do love the ones that I have from Birkenstock. Personally, I like them. I think they look cool. So yeah, clogs, sue me. So there's sort of like lettuce stitching. I think that's what it's called. It's just sort of like a wavy little stitch that I've been seeing everywhere. I really, really love. There's nothing that I love more than elevated basics, and I think that this is such a cool way to elevate any basic, especially something that's a little bit more form-fitted, maybe a tiny bit see-through, or something that is like mesh. I have been seeing it and I really love it, or even something that's not see-through. And it just adds something so interesting to pretty much anything. I recently talked about this one, long shorts, knee-length shorts, or knee-length leggings, or bike shorts, whatever you want to call them, but just knee length paired with a form-fitted bodysuit, maybe something off the shoulder, and some heeled sandals, or you can pair it with a chunky cardigan or a chunky knit. I think that it looks a little bit more chic than a regular biker short or bike short, cycling short, whatever you want to call it. I love both lengths and I use both lengths for different things, but that is a nice way to make it look a tiny bit more chic in my opinion. Cowboy boots are something that I have always wanted. I didn't know what style I wanted, and I never really found anything that I loved enough to purchase until recently. Obviously, you know, they're a staple in the Western community and like the country styling and stuff like that. But for the typical styling that I follow or that I like, they definitely come in and out of style. But I have always thought that they are a classic, no matter what. Like, they are as classic as a regular boot. There's just something about the Western design or the Western boot that is so wearable, in my opinion. And it is something that, again, in my opinion, does stand the test of time. And it just brings something, you know, it like roughens up, again. There's a theme here. It roughens up most outfits that I wear. So I'm really excited to wear these. I got these from lucchese. I think that's how you pronounce it. They look like this. They have a square toe. Super, super, super comfortable. They don't have much of a heel, but the possibilities again are endless with this. So if you've ever been on the fence about owning a pair of cowboy boots in any color, I do want a good pair of like brown ones because I think they're even more wearable, but these are something that you can definitely dress up and dress down, so I love that about them. Tasteful prep school vibes. I think that a lot of the times it can look a little bit costumey, but if you get a good skirt and pair it with some chunky loafers and some longer socks and maybe an oversized knit, I think that it looks much more wearable and not like too costumey or too trendy. And I think that they're pieces that can be worn with different outfits, so it's not like you're buying something for a specific trend. But definitely if you go like with like plaid pleated skirt and like plaid matching shirt, it can really look costumey and like too much or too trendy. Nothing wrong with that. I love the way that it looks on other people, but for me personally, I like a more subtle approach to this trend. Anything tailored stands the test of time, but especially for the fall and winter season, tailored trousers, tailored skirts, tailored blazers, you know, just anything with that vibe, whether you want to match it or not, I really, really, really love. I like to balance things out. I never like to look too perfect or like elegant from head to toe because it's just not my style. I like to mix casual things with things that are a tiny bit more elegant. Obviously, you know, if you're going to an event or something, that's a different story. But for day-to-day styling, I really like to mix very casual pieces with something that is a little bit more structured or more elegant or more sleek. I have always loved vests. Again, I've just never found one that I really like. So I am trying to find like a more oversized vest that I can throw over a button down. Personally, I don't like the way that vests look alone on me. I don't like that silhouette. But if I can find something very lightweight that just adds a little bit of dimension to like a buttoned shirt or something, it doesn't make me suffocate, I'm not opposed to it. Textured bags, again, something that I love year round, but we've been seeing it, or I've been seeing it again for the fall and winter season. You guys know I love the Bottega Veneta. I have the Jody, but I really, really like the bigger one. I don't know if it's also called the Jody, I think. I have the mini Jody, but I love the way that the bigger one looks, or even something in like a light color and you pair it with just a darker outfit. I think that you can still definitely style for the season, and I personally really, really like it. So textured bags, graphic tees. I've never been against graphic tees. I'm just very, very, very picky when it comes to graphic tees, so that's why I don't wear them as much. But I recently got one from Acne Studios, which I love, but just graphic tees in general, something subtle or not, if you're into just heavier graphic tees. I don't know, just something about wearing a good graphic tee with like a chunky knit over your shoulders and like a big bag. There's just something so cool and effortless about it, which I love. I am just such a sucker for unique shapes, unique designs, and cutouts is usually a part of that. Cutouts always makes everything look so much more interesting. So just anything that is going to make your basics look more interesting. That's what I loved about the lettuce stitching, and I love throwing in something that looks a little different. So yeah, just anything that has a unique shape or fabric or design or cutout, I am obsessed with year round. So obviously for the fall and winter season, I love that. Like I love throwing a unique tank, throw a blazer over it or something over your shoulders, or a cardigan, just layering with the unique basics or the elevated basics that I talk about year round. So that's pretty much it. Obviously, as we get into the season, I will let you know all the stuff that I've either purchased or been loving throughout the season. This is just kind of to kickstart the season, stuff that I've been seeing that I'm either planning on purchasing or that I just really like on other people that I've just been seeing everywhere. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.